Welcome to Innerspace. I'm AJ Fry, and this is your behind-the-scenes look at Sanctuary. It's the little show that exploded across the internet and is now breaking ground on television. Amanda Tapping stars as the enigmatic Dr. Helen Magnus, who leads a team devoted to the study and protection of abnormals. Over the next half hour, she and the rest of the cast will take you through the hallowed halls of Sanctuary. Action!
Sanctuary is a place, but it's also a group of people. Sanctuary is a place run by my character, Dr. Helen Magnus, and it's a haven for all manner of abnormal creatures.
You work with monsters.
I work with sentient beings.
They hunt down, rescue, protect, find, seek, help, treat people with powers, mutations.
The most important thing is that my patients have a place where they can feel safe.
The Sanctuary is located in New City, a haven for everything that goes bump in the night. It's part of a worldwide network of sanctuaries set up to protect abnormals, a term itself that both Magnus and Amanda have set out to challenge.
You take the perception of normal and abnormal and twist it so that what society perceives as abnormal and as off is not necessarily so. And Helen, my character, actually believes that this is the evolution of our race. But there's also just this incredible compassion for these creatures, and she brings aboard a myriad of wonderful characters to help her.
And while Eternal Youth keeps 157-year-old Magnus on her toes, everyone else on the team has a specific role to play as well.
She has Will Zimmerman, played by Robin Dunn. She becomes his mentor, and he her protege.
Are you offering me a job here?
I'm offering you a chance to explore a world that you've been trying to understand on your own.
She has her daughter, Ashley, who's this kick-ass young babe who's a weapons expert.
Dude, you want me to get some toys or what?
She has Henry. He's a weapons expert, tech whiz, computer guy. He basically runs all the electronics in the sanctuary.
Comes with a free lunch and a decoder ring.
Her butler is Bigfoot.
Thank you.
Her paramour is a gentleman by the name of John Druitt, who it is believed was Jack the Ripper. So she has an interesting backstory.
You're here because I need your help.
Part of that backstory includes a love affair leading Druitt to be Ashley's father. But the whole, Jack the Ripper thing put a bit of a wrench in any plan to be a part of the team.
Why is he here?
He is, however, part of the appropriately named Five.
The Five are the first supergroup that ever happened, and their common bond, their linkage, is that they all took this ancient vampire blood, which enhanced any dormant powers or predilections or DNA inside them and gave them these amazing powers. So the Five, aside from being Helen Magnus, are John Druitt, who's Jack the Ripper, Nikola Tesla, who we know, but in our world he's an electrical vampire, Nigel Griffin, who was the Invisible Man. He died. He had a granddaughter who inherited his powers, and Sherlock Holmes, who's James Watson.
And opposite the Five is the villainous Cabal, a group working to completely undo all of the work of Helen Magnus and the Sanctuary Network.
Begin phase 2.
The Cabal are a very ancient organization who were initially founded millennia ago to help wipe out vampires. Essentially, our alternative history to Earth is that vampires, who were the most super intelligent, powerful race of abnormals ever to inhabit the planet, were the kings and pharaohs and emperors and Caesars of history. And they did enslave humanity, and essentially the argument is that humans banded together, found ways to kill vampires. When the vampires were killed off, this group of hunters stayed together, and now there's a kind of a shadow government, as it were, out there that is very aware of monsters, and they are kind of the dark underbelly of that world.
Being the antithesis to Magnus's role, it's the conflict that brings us to where we left off at the end of Season 1, with the Sanctuary team scrambling to gain control over this nefarious organization.
We find out at the end of Season 1 they've kidnapped Ashley, my daughter. Who knows what they're doing to her? They're threatening the entire network. They're threatening to bring Helen down.
Your mother and her colleagues will no doubt try to stop us. I promise you they'll fail.
It was quite the cliffhanger at the end of Season 1 for everybody. And it was a cliffhanger for all of us because, of course, we weren't told. We didn't know what was coming up for Season 2. We had no idea.
Even if they put all the little pieces together, it would take them years to figure out what we're doing.
It's Helen Magnus and Nikola Tesla.
We really kind of ramped up the energy and the excitement and the insecurity within the sanctuary, and I think we even go take it to a higher level at the beginning of season 2.
The war has begun. Humans versus abnormals.
I can pull my pants down every now and then.
Yes, we're all very impressed.
They have to put up with it.
That was my ass.